What's up, everyone? It's Travis here, and welcome back to the SF Bay Area Sports Talk channel. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day today. Welcome to another San Francisco Giants live post-game fans hangout, and welcome if you happen to be watching this video later on. The Giants wrap up their Cactus League schedule with a very nice 7-2 victory over their Bay Area rival Oakland Athletics, as the Giants are gearing up for the 2021 regular season, which is now set to kick off just 3 days away on Thursday, as the Giants are going to be on the road. Kevin Gausman, the right-hander, will get the start on Thursday, taking on the Mariners' Marco Gonzalez. And now let's take a look at today's game, and a great way for the Giants to wrap up spring training. Welcome in, everybody. So glad you joined us today as we are getting ready for Giants Baseball 2021. I am so beyond excited right now. You know, this team, I really believe this team has got, a lot of talent to be very competitive this year. And I think this team can compete for a wild card spot. And it's going to be a lot of fun to see this offense build off of the incredible season they had last year and the moves that we made in the offseason, upgrading our starting rotation and upgrading our bullpen. So I really like where the Giants are positioned going into this year. And I just cannot wait to watch this group as they kick off the season. And now today, the young right-hander, Logan Webb, just 24 years old. He had such a fantastic spring training, and today he capped off his 5th start, going 6 innings. He allowed just 1 earned run on 4 hits. He had allowed 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. So very impressive outing for Logan Webb. And when you dive deep into the numbers on his spring, he went 17 total innings, striking out 22 batters. And get this, a whip of 0.53. I mean, are you kidding me? That is just absolutely amazing. And, for Logan Webb, this could not have gone any better for him, just getting ready for the season. And welcome in, everybody, to the post game. So glad you joined us here. What are your thoughts as the Giants get ready to kick off the season? Would love to hear what you're thinking out there. And I'm just so pumped so Logan Webb really dealt out there, and so tremendous job on the spring. And now if we're taking a look at the offense, Giants did very well today, scoring 7 runs on 10 hits. And we saw the young, talented prospect shortstop / second baseman Will Wilson hit his 2nd home run of the spring. That was great to see from him. And this is a really intriguing player. Now, for Will Wilson, this is a guy that the Giants got in a trade with the Angels last year, and in the Zach Cozart trade. And Will Wilson was a 2019 first round, 15th overall draft pick of the Los Angeles Angels. And so this is a guy that I'm really excited to see develop in the Giants minor league system. And I think he can develop into a very special player. So that is, extremely exciting to see. Now, Jason Vossler, man, what an incredible camp that he had. The third baseman, a left-handed bat, and a guy that the Giants had signed in the offseason from the San Diego Padres. And so he had played Jason Vossler with the Padres AAA club in 2019. Now, last year, he was at the alternate site with the Padres. And, man, he just came into camp with the Giants, and he has just raked all spring training. And you love to see that from him, especially, because trying to earn his way into more playing time. Because right now, I think, he is likely a backup to Evan Longoria. And so, when Longoria has some days off, you can plug in Jason Vossler, a strong left-handed bat. And not only that, but, a guy that you can have coming off your bench, and that he is going to give you a quality AB. So you love to see that from Jason Vossler. And yeah, I'm just so happy for him for the spring that he has had. He finished up the 0-4. He finished up his spring, so incredible. And yeah, we'd love to hear some of the names out there. For those of you checking in, who are you most excited to see this upcoming season for the Giants, with so many exciting young players on the horizon? When we start going through the names, you got the very exciting young 19-year-old shortstop, Marco Luciano. I mean, this guy is so exciting. He stands in 6 foot, I believe 6'10", I believe it is, and 208 pounds. And so he's a big dude out there, and he's got some incredible power and plays a great shortstop. And man, just 19 years old, out of the Dominican Republic. And, so look for, say, in a couple seasons, Marco Luciano to be the shortstop of the future for your Giants. And yeah, with Crawford, I love, I think Crawford is still going to be playing for, hopefully here another couple, 3-4 more years. I still think he's got a lot of gas left in the tank. Crawford now, I think he's 31 or so. So, this is a big season for him. He definitely has been motivated to prove all the naysayers wrong. A lot of people doubting him, saying that, his best years are behind him with the bat. But, to me, I think Crawford can still swing it. And, I think he's going to have a big season this year. And yeah, Crawford even said himself, he's determined to have a big year here. So, I'm very excited to see what Crawford can accomplish. But what is great to know is that, you have a guy like this in a 19-year-old Marco Luciano, who is on the horizon, coming in right behind Brandon Crawford. And so that is amazing. Now, also looking at this game, the backup catcher, Curt Casalli, with a very nice game, and I believe did grow up an incredible story this is. He was born in Walnut Creek, California, but I believe he did grow up in, I think it was Connecticut, I want to say. Correct me if I'm wrong there. But Curt Casalli, a guy the Giants brought in the offseason. He was with the Reds before, a great backup catcher. And, with the Giants losing, Tyler to the St. Louis Cardinals, the backup Tyler Heineman, from last year. Yeah, Giants went in and brought in Curt Casalli. And yeah, I really like that pickup a lot. Really nice veteran backup catcher. And also I thought it was huge, to bring back Chadwick Trump, and this is a guy that I was very impressed with his at-bats last season. He has got some incredible power, and he did some damage and, a very limited number of at-bats last year. He had 3 home runs. And I want to say he did that in, it was like 70 to 100 at-bats. I think, yeah, he definitely had some more. But, Chadwick Trump really impressed last season. And another guy looked to see his name in the lineup more and get some more starts, because, Giants are definitely going to want his bat in there. And, with another backup catcher we had who is no longer with the Giants, Ramos Garcia. I have to be honest, it was weird for me to see him out there with the A's yesterday. And, I really was excited about him. But unfortunately, he ended up having to have hip surgery last year when he was with the Giants. So, he missed pretty much his entire season of last year. And then, the Giants ended up not retaining him in the offseason. But, you can't blame the Giants. I mean, when you look at, we have Posey coming back as our starting catcher. You have Joey Bart on the horizon. We brought in Curt Casalli. And then we also re-signed Chadwick Trump. So in all honesty, there was no room for a Ramos Garcia, even though we, really liked his at-bats. But yeah, I wish him the best. He's with the A's now. And so, Curt Casalli, a phenomenal game today. He smacked a 2-run double in the top of the 3rd inning for the Giants and finished the day with 3 RBIs for Curt Casalli. So very solid performance for him. And then you had Helio Ramos go 1 for 3 today, and he finished up an incredible spring for Helio Ramos. He hit 410. I mean, wow, just so incredible. And Helio Ramos, since the Giants have drafted him in 2017 with their first round pick, 17th overall, he was just a 17-year-old at that time. Every year he has raked in the minor leagues, and I'm so excited to see what he accomplishes this year. And he's going to start the year in AAA. And I would not be surprised to, see him just rake down there and have a very hot April and May, and could even get called up by the Giants in June. And I can't wait for that. And Helio Ramos, this is a guy that is going to potentially develop into, a superstar outfielder of the future for us. A guy that, you're going to be able to pencil his name in there. He's going to hit you a lot of home runs, drive in a lot of runs. He's got an incredible arm. He can steal you bases. I mean, this guy is the whole deal, 5-tool player out there. So incredibly excited. And just 21 years old. So, yeah, look for him to be making his debut this year. And also another guy, that is going to be beginning the season in AAA is catcher Joey Bart. And I think the Giants made the smart decision there to begin the season for Joey Bart down at AAA. As, we saw him last year get some nice experience. But, Bart did struggle, to be fair. But I mean, he, had never played, I believe, at AAA. He literally had made the jump from, like 20 or 30 games in AA to right up to the big leagues. And so I think it'll be great for Joey Bart to, get some nice seasoning down there in AAA. And yeah, I think he is also likely to get very hot in April and May. And you could see him get called up at the end of May or early June. And yeah, that's what I would be thinking with Bart here. Because, I think, he probably just needs about 30 to 40 games down there, and look to see him get called up. And I'm just so excited, to see what he is going to accomplish. I mean, his opposite field power is so amazing. His ability to drive the baseball to the opposite field with power. You're going to see him hit a lot of home runs in this Giants lineup. And, what's awesome is, to have a Giants lineup that can smack the long ball. This is something that, in years past, we weren't able to say. I mean, even in the 3 years, we won a lot of World Series. We weren't necessarily the most potent offensive team in those years. But, with this current Giants team, they are so incredibly strong offensively with their ability to, put quality at bats together, hit line drives, hit with 2 strikes and 2 outs. So just incredible. And we got Matthew Navarro. Welcome in to the post-game show. Appreciate you checking in today. Got a quick Niners talk here. Jimmy G, don't look too happy. I did not see the pictures, but I did see, a quick note on the 49ers. Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch addressing that they are going to be selecting a QB 3rd overall. And so I cannot wait for that. And Jimmy G is the starter for this year. And so you know what? Jimmy G, I think, is going to have a great season for us, lead us back to the Super Bowl. And so I get a little bit of frustration from if Jimmy G, if sensing, the idea of potentially being replaced for the long term. But, if you're Jimmy G, you just got to go out there and keep doing what you're doing out there. Appreciate that, Matthew. So, yeah, continuing to break down here as we get ready for the San Francisco Giants 2021 season. So incredibly excited. And, Giants finished out the Cactus League schedule with a very nice 7-2 win over the A's. And continuing to look at the box score here for the Giants, you had Donnie Barrels, Donovan Solano go 1 for 2 today. He scored a run and finished up an incredible spring, hitting .421 on the spring for Donnie Barrels with 3 home runs and 8 RBIs. I mean, this man has continued to rake ever since the Giants got him in 2019. He hit so well that year. and then he hit amazing last season. And now he, again, is off to such a hot spring, and he has been putting in the work, and you love to see it from Donnie Barrels. And, in my opinion, has the best nickname in all of baseball. I have never heard a nickname that is that amazing. When you got a nickname that you're talking about barreling up baseballs in Donnie Barrels, that is what I'm talking about. So I love the nickname for Donovan Solano. And man, give him a lot of credit. He, in his early days, he was with the Marlins and, never really did a whole lot there. And this is kind of a guy that has really blossomed, late in his career. And you love to see that because he's still young at, I think, 32 now. And you just see, he's the guy you want up there when the game is on the line. You have the, say, tying run or go-ahead run in scoring position. Donnie Barrels, he's the man that's going to come through for you and, be able to make contact, square up the baseball. And, yeah, I look for him to have a fantastic year this year, drive in a ton of runs for us, hit for a very high average. Now, the one knock on Solano you can say is that he's not the best defender out there. But, that is a part of his game that he has been working on. And so I think, with how great of a bat that Donovan Solano has, I think that compensates for, the lack thereof on the defensive aspect of his game. And so, yeah, I'm really excited to see what Solano can accomplish this year. And so now continuing to break down the box score, Buster Posey had a base hit today and finished up a nice spring for him, hitting 286. Now, we didn't see Posey play a whole lot this spring, and that was because early in camp, we did have some scares as, his hip was kind of bothering him a bit. So Giants wanted to err on the cautious side of things and be very careful with Posey and his hip. So, they rested him for about a week or so and kind of eased him back into game action. So great to see Posey out there. Last final tune-up before the regular season. Now, also wanted to address a big thing that happened today. Mikey Skrinsky he unfortunately got hit on the hand today, but the good news is that x-rays came back negative. So thankfully, nothing is broken with Yastrzemski's left hand, and he is day-to-day currently. So we don't know if he's going to be ready to go on Thursday. But yeah, the big news here is that he did not sustain any type of major injury right before the season was about to start. So yeah, we really were, just holding our breath there on that. So that is great news to hear from Yastrzemski today. The x-rays came back negative. And so, should be ready to go hopefully on Thursday. But if not, then definitely by Friday. And so, huge. Yeah, because we need Yastrzemski out there. You cannot afford to not have him out there. So praying everything is good for him and that he's ready to go on Thursday. Mauricio Dubon picked up a RBI single today with a base hit, going 1 for 3, and he had a very nice spring, hitting 270. So Dubon continuing to build off of the season that he had last year. And last year was a big learning curve for him as he ended up making the move to the outfield, playing center field. Dubon, such an incredibly gifted athlete, of course, playing second base and now being able to play in the outfield and, making those strong throws out there. And welcome in everybody to the post-game show. Great to have you here joining us, and would love to get some of your thoughts today. And as we get ready for the 2021 San Francisco Giants season, just so incredibly excited. And yeah, I'd love to hear what you are thinking out there. And really appreciate everyone checking in. We got MLB Joey checking in to the show. Great to have you here, my man. How are you doing today? And man, I'm just so excited right now. Baseball is back for another season. And I mean, the off season went by so fast, thankfully. It seems like we were still just playing in October, and here we are now kicking off another season. And for me and for all of Giants fans and all baseball fans out there, I mean, this really is the most exciting time of the year, because now once on Thursday, literally we got baseball going all the way through Halloween, potentially even November. As we know, some years the World Series sometimes goes into November. And I mean, it doesn't get any better as a baseball fan than to know that we are going to have baseball every day, beginning Thursday until all the way through Halloween here. And yeah, it's going to be exciting time as the Giants are making a push to Orange October as we try to get back to the playoffs. Giants have not made it back since 2016, and so it has been very frustrating when you consider that we have come very close in recent years. 2019 being in the playoff race until the end of August, and same thing with 2019. I'm sorry, in 2020, we were in it all the way until the very last game. And so, yeah, it's tough when you get that close and then, you come out on the short end of that. But, what's exciting is you take those learning experiences, and the Giants are ready now to get back out there. And, yeah, with not a lot of people out there expecting us to do a whole lot, I definitely think this Giants team is, motivated to prove all the naysayers out there. And, all we got to do is just play our brand of baseball, and, the rest will take care of itself. And I think this Giants team is going to be extremely competitive this year. And I think what will be huge for us is, our bullpen being able to close out games this year, because we really struggled in that department last season. So for us to get those saves, it's going to be huge because, missing the playoffs by one game last year, made it very tough. And a lot of that was, our inability to close out games. So I think this is an area that this Giants team is going to improve on this year, making some nice additions in the offseason, bringing in guys like right-hander Matt Whistler with his nasty slider. You got the lefty, formerly of the Dodgers, Jake McGee. You figure he is going to get some big outs in big-time clutch situations. And we got Rob Iman. Welcome in to the post-game show. Great to have you here. How are you doing today, Rob? Great to see you. We'll see which team wins the Trevor Story sweepstakes. Yep, absolutely. So true there. And and that's how, sometimes you gotta let those things play out. But fill me in there on the details. I might have missed if there's some breaking news there on Trevor's Story, Rob. But let me know in the comment section. Not because, as far as I know, he was with the Rockies. So unless that's but I might be missing something there. But yeah, looking at finishing up here, the box score breakdown, Wilmer Flores, he got the start at DH today. He went 1 for 2 and finished up his spring hitting .265. And this was such a huge signing when we picked up Flores before the 2020 season. And you saw he was one of our most clutch hitters for us last year, driving in runs with 2 outs and being able to hit the long ball. Colorado, I got you. Man, that is crazy. So that must be, Colorado, the Rockies going a full rebuild here. And look, I don't blame them. I mean, when the whole situation with Nolan Arenado did not work out, and, Arenado was not happy, and Rockies, I think, felt like they needed to move him. And, for the Rockies' sake, I mean, of course, as a Giants fan, I don't want the Rockies to, for their sake, I hope it works out well. But for our sake, I hope it doesn't, if you get what I'm saying. But I get where the Rockies were coming from in that case. So, there's no sense to hold on to guys. Might as well try to blow up the whole thing. In that sense, the whole team, and trade everybody. And for the Rockies, it's tough when you have to come to the reality of it's time to rebuild. That can be a tough decision to accept because sometimes you still think that you're maybe 1 or 2 key pieces from being a playoff contender, and you kind of run into that hole where you're not sure kind of what decision that you want to end up making there. And don't expect Story to get traded yet. So Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. Got you there. So yeah, expiring contract. So that I could see that happening, Trevor Story, if the Rockies decide to potentially move him, definitely to try to get something huge in return. So yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. And you never know. I mean, Rockies could, their young guys could go out, play very well. And so, we cannot take them lightly when we go up against them, as we know. But it's going to be a lot of fun. The National League West this year going to be very exciting. And so we are going to be wrapping up here the post game shortly, as I'm very excited to get to the Bulls and Warriors game to check that game out, which is currently rolling right now. But before we wrap things up, wanted to take a quick look at the bullpen breakdown for today. Matt Wisler with a solid outing, 1 shutout inning. He struck out 2 batters, finished up a very nice spring, 3.24 ERA, pitching 8 1/3 innings, and striking out 13 batters in 9 games for the newly signed Matt Wisler. He spent last season with the Twins, and so look for him to be a huge guy that the Giants rely on in high leverage situations to get say a big strikeout, runner at third or runner at second, less than 2 outs, and really pitched very well for us. I did see that. Tough decisions for Odor, released by the Texas Rangers, and I believe he had $27 million left remaining on his deal. So sometimes you got to make those decisions, and so it's tough. But I hope Odor, I'm sure he'll get picked up by someone, and wish him the best there. Now, also for the bullpen today, Dominic Leone, a right-hander who really had an amazing spring, pitched with a 1.04 ERA in 8 2/3 innings with 13 strikeouts. The 29-year-old right-hander, definitely I would expect to be on this roster based on how incredible of a spring that he had. Just incredible, Dominic Leone. And he went 1 inning today, allowing just 1 hit. And tremendous job today by the bullpen, and really amazing by Logan Webb as he finishes up his amazing spring, his final tune-up before the regular season, as Logan Webb goes 6 innings today, allowing just 1 earned run on 4 hits and struck out 5. So really incredible spring for Webb, and great way for him to finish up. We got Will Federico. Welcome in to the post-game show. Great to have you here, Will. How are you doing today? And how is everyone doing? Appreciate everyone checking in. And we are going to be wrapping up here this show shortly, as I'm very excited to get to watching the Bulls and Warriors right now. I cannot wait to watch that game. And we are going to be doing post-game wrap up there after that tonight. So excited. And before we wrap up though, wanted to say thank you again so much, everyone. If you are just checking in, I apologize, but we are going to be wrapping up here shortly. But thank you so much, everyone. And if there's one favor I could ask everyone, let's make some noise for the YouTube algorithm and smash up that like button. This really helps out the channel big time. Thank you so much. Helps out the YouTube algorithm so that YouTube knows that this video is relevant. And so then YouTube can recommend this video to as many San Francisco Giants fans and baseball fans out there. So thank you so much, everyone. Really appreciate that support. I would not be here without all of you. And so thank you so much. You guys give me the energy to do these shows. And I have so much fun hanging out with all of you and just talking sports and talking baseball here. Yeah, doing a good. Great to hear, Will. Pumped for opening day. Thank you so much. Man, cannot wait. Yeah, let's check, guys. Let's check on the likes. Let's see if we can. Okay, so we got 2 likes right now. Let's get this to 3 likes. We can do this. Let's see. Let's see if we can get this video to 15 likes. That would be awesome. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate the support, and cannot wait for Thursday. Giants and Mariners. Kevin Gausman taking on Marco Gonzalez. So it's going to be a fun one on Thursday. Appreciate the support, everyone. And as always, until next time, we'll see you all back here on the SF Bay Area Sports Talk channel. If you haven't done so, please consider subscribing to the channel if you would like. We do sports videos on all the latest breaking news, including in-depth coverage of all your favorite local teams here in the San Francisco Bay Area. San Francisco Giants, San Francisco 49ers, Golden State Warriors, and San Jose Sharks. So thank you, everyone, so much. Have a fantastic rest of your night, and we will see you later tonight for postgame of Bulls and Warriors. And we will see you on Thursday of Giants and Mariners kicking off the 2021 season. Let's get it, Giants. Here we go. Orange October 2021. Here we come. Let's go, Giants. Woo! We will see you later, everybody.